So here we are, sitting in our garden.
Yeah, nice day, but not as hot as it has been.
It's not as hot as it was an hour ago.
It's a bit dull now, but still nice enough to sit out
Absolutely.
in our garden that we've been doing stuff to.
Yes, with help from our nearly 16-year-old grandson, Manny.
Yeah, wanted to earn some money.
Looks a lot better now. You said it was just a boring square of grass.
It was.
And now it's a less boring square of grass and plants.
Yeah.
With a path through the middle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the gravel in the path that goes around the middle has been mistaken for cat litter by our cat.
Let's not dwell too much on that cat.
Marking her territory.
Absolutely. Right. Our territory. Anyway, no guest this week.
No, we should have had one, but she couldn't do it at the time.
So we'll see how that goes and perhaps speak to her another time. But we did go to the Todmorden Country Fair.
Oh, fantastic. What a day.
It was beautiful, wasn't it? It was sunny, lots of people out.
Yeah.
Lots going on. And it was only a week after the Todmorden Agricultural Fair.
Yes, I think there might have been some rumblings there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't know if it was like the People's Front of Judea and the Judean People's Front.
Yeah.
We don't know about the politics of it. Let's hope they get on a bit better than those two. Yeah. So there was lots going on there, lots of different animal things.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
You saw a famous horse.
I did. It's absolutely, glorious black horse, which is apparently the one used in the Lloyd's Bank advert.
The one? I thought there was loads of them.
I think that's like AI,
CGI.
CGI, yeah. Making a lot of the same thing.
Oh, right.
And it was also used in Game of Thrones. It's just a fantastic beast.
Right. Oh, fair enough. And there was little girls with riding around on hobby horses.
Wooden sticks with horses' heads on.
Apparently there's some kind of hobby horse show or race, but we missed all that.
Big in Finland, that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a proper sport, hobby horse racing.
It's not a sport.
Well, it is in Finland. Sorry, I thought you might have known that. I thought it was a well-known thing.
In Finland it might be. All right. Dog show as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
The dogs, it wasn't like pedigree dogs and stuff, was it? It wasn't Crufts.
It was Todmorden dogs.
Yeah. A few Jack Russells there.
Yeah.
Yorkshire Terriers.
Yes, but the categories were interesting, weren't they? Possum, pups.
Yes.
And sensational seniors.
Dogs most like owner.
Yeah, how much of a compliment is that? He said that you look a bit like your dog.
Who knows?
Maybe the dog would think it's not a compliment either.
Yeah. Waggiest tail.
Yes, and smartest trick. Didn't see any tricks going on.
No, saw a few tails wagging.
Oh, yes, certainly. And some very, very happy dog owners.
Yeah.
They seem very proud of their little beasts.
Yes, it was a nice little event.
Yes. And much more fun than Crufts, which seems a bit dull.
Leave Crufts alone. I like watching that.
Yeah, it's daft. Your phone keeps making noises.
Yeah, I'll turn the sound off as we speak.
Yeah. There was dog races as well.
There were, weren't there? I must admit I didn't watch all of that, but I could hear the commentary.
Oh.
Come on, Winnie! One Dotty.
I don't know if Winnie was particularly well named, to be honest. But I saw one, and there were three of them, and they were in what they call those boxes that they put them in before a race.
I think they're traps, aren't they? They come out of the traps, don't they?
Well, yeah, there's a little boy waving something fairy in front of them, and then that was on a wire. A bit like greyhound racing, and that dashes off. The dogs are let out. Two of the three dogs dashed after the fairy thing. And the other one just walked slightly to the left and started drinking water out of a bowl.
Yeah, that was my favourite, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't really geared. It wasn't really, geared up to being a racing dog, was it?
No.
Same can be said for some of the guide dogs, apparently. You spoke to the guide dog man.
Yes, and it's a lovely cause, the guide dog cause, isn't it? They, provide such help and love. And he was saying they need foster parents for the puppies, and then after they've been with that foster parent, they go on to more training. But he said not all of them make it, but we don't like to see them as failures, just that they've gone on to alternative careers.
Oh, a bit like the one of the 3 racing dogs needs to find an alternative career to racing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a hanging around doing very little drinking water career.
Yeah, some of the guide dogs end up doing that, but they go on to be pets for
some
people.
of our friends in Australia did that, fostered a potential guide dog.
Yeah, and they were the first foster parents, and they did, you don't have to train them at that very early stage, but just kind of look towards them doing that, like coming to call, to heel, all that kind of stuff. And she said, we knew from the start he wasn't going to make it.
But like the man said, it wasn't a failure.
No.
Just needed an alternative career.
Yeah, because he found out from his next foster parents that he hadn't gone on to that.
Yes. And we saw a big marquee with sheep written on it. And we went in there, and what was the first thing we saw?
Goats.
Yeah, I thought, that look weird-looking sheep, isn't they?
Yeah, but they had separated the sheep from the goats, like in the Bible.
Do they do that in the Bible?
Yeah, goats from sheep, wheat from chaff. It's all going on.
All right, there's a lot of separation in the Bible then.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I didn't know that. Why did you separate goats from sheep?
Maybe because one gives milk and the other one doesn't. Except in France, they have sheep's milk. Cheese, don't they?
Goat's milk cheese.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. The goats give milk and the sheep don't generally, except in France for goats, sheep's milk cheese.
Oh, right. You've confused me now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. But they did have plenty of sheep in there as well, didn't they?
Yeah, and the bloke was, there's 2 chaps shearing the sheep, weren't there?
Yeah.
One of them I thought was particularly brutal.
Yeah, but the sheep was huge, wasn't it? And feisty.
And it didn't really want to be sheared.
No, but it was glad of it afterwards, though. There was a lot of thick, heavy fleece came off.
Judging by the amount of cuts and blood on it, I think it was probably glad when it finished.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. I'm normally a bit more relaxed when I'm having my hair cut, but I certainly wouldn't be going to him to have it done. The first chap seemed to be a bit more skilled at it, I have to say.
Yeah.
All right.
And we saw Sally there, didn't we? Our friend Sally.
Yes, he brought her friends over from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where were they going the next day?
York.
Proper York.
Yeah. None of this new business.
No. Yes. And yes, he said they were fascinated by the sheep shearing because they don't really do sheep in America.
No, I didn't know that.
No. He said they don't eat it much.
No.
Which means I don't suppose you need to have sheep farms. But then they must have things made out of wool, mustn't they?
Yeah, I think they do have sheep, but being America, they have to be special, huge ones that they hunt. Honestly.
Do they hunt sheep?
Yeah, because I heard someone interviewed on the radio once who was a sheep hunter, and she said, I don't want to be, dismissive, but in this country it wouldn't be seen as much of a skill because they don't do anything.
It's a bit like those blokes in this country who shoot one of those gross, stupid birds who can hardly fly or walk, and they see that as like a challenge to shoot big fat things that can't move.
Yeah.
They must have an American version of them hunting sheep.
Yeah, but I think they're really, really big with massive horns.
They're called moose.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Maybe I'm mixed up.
Well, crazy mixed up kid. Outside the sheep shearing going on, though, was ladies from the Bradford Guild of Weaving, Spinning and Dyeing.
Oh, they were great, weren't they?
Yeah, it sounded like a 19th century trade union to me.
Yeah.
What were they doing? You talked to her for a while.
Yes.
Tell us all about them.
Well, it was the lady with the spinning wheel who caught my eye, and she was saying that the wool, as in what had just come off the sheep we'd seen, goes through all these processes. It has to be washed and disinfected and dried, and then it goes through processes until it turns into strands, which she then puts through her weaving mill. loom. Losing my words. Onto a loom, and then it gets dyed, usually with natural materials like onion skin, or beetroot.
You mentioned dandelions as well.
Dandelions, yeah, they can all give off colours which can then dye the wool.
It's all very natural stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Bradford's based on the woolen industry, though, isn't it? That's where they got their wealth from.
Yeah.
The woolen mills and wealth and employment.
I don't know if there's much wealth going on about among the spinners and dyers and weavers.
I don't think the wealth went to the spinners, dyers and weavers. It went to the people who owned the land, I think, and the vast tracts of sheep, and had enough money to build big mills and exploit everybody in them. Still, c'est la vie.
We might go back and have another chat with them, put it on the podcast, because they were really interesting women.
There's a few like that.
Yeah.
But then there was the snake lady.
Oh,
She
yes.
was literally wearing a boa.
Yeah. All wrapped all round her. It was 10 feet long, apparently.
Was it?
And she was about half that height. She said to somebody that the snake had shed its skin not long before, so it was very soft and nice to touch, but I didn't put that to the test.
Still looked a bit reptilian.
Yeah.
But she was from, I didn't catch the name of it, for some reptile charity. And they had giant millipedes and a bearded dragon.
Yeah, it was all going on at the reptile bit.
I first saw bearded dragons in Ray Harryhausen films. I'm sure King Kong fought one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or appeared to fight one anyway.
Well, I was going to say, it's just...
They're only little guys, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes. There's an owl adventure. I saw a sign saying owl adventure, and there's a little perch with an owl on it. And
a roost.
The roost was it.
Yeah.
It didn't seem to be doing anything but sitting there and having a good look around.
Yeah, maybe that was an adventure for the owl.
Well, it was daytime.
Yeah, they are nocturnal animals, aren't they?
They like nighttime, don't they?
Yeah.
Wasn't as exciting as when we saw the kingfisher flying along the river behind the bus station in Todd.
I know, that was amazing, wasn't it? And all these other people came to look when we said, look, a kingfisher, because it stopped for a short while on a rock, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes. So, lots of animals. Also, woodcutters from a sawmill.
Yeah.
What was that place called?
I don't know. Here we are. I've got it here on the card they gave us. Irwell Milling and Timber, bespoke timber merchants.
Yeah, right. And they had a massive machine turning a full tree trunk into planks, basically.
Yeah, and then they had examples of carving that they'd done and tables that they'd made and all kinds.
Yes, and some fancy signs for your kitchen and things. And I like the sign that says, what does your tree want to be next?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Don't let it just die there, you know.
Yes.
Make it carry on being something.
Yeah, and there's lots of food stalls, naturally. What did you eat? I
was torn between a baked potato and a steak Canadian. It's a long time since I'd had a steak Canadian, so I had one of them. Very tasty. Yeah.
Yes, you don't eat a lot of meat at home, do you?
No, very rarely, because you don't. So it's not worth it doing it for myself. So when I go out, I'm like really carnivorous. Meat, I love it.
I'm surprised you went biting into those dogs and owls.
The sheep.
Anyway, so you bit into a Canadian instead.
Yes.
Yes, they had some various West African food, and they did have vegan and veggie food, although I'm not sure that the farmers were really fussy about vegans and veggies still.
No.
And there was charities. Lots of local charities.
Yeah, well, there was the guide dog one, which I've mentioned. You can look them up and see if it can help in any way.
Crows.
Yes, that's not like the black birds that chase off the little birds off our feeders, is it?
Yeah, it's something
it's
like
an acronym.
Community Repair Footpaths. That's not it, is it?
It's to do with walking paths, isn't
anyway,
it? They do a great job.
They do a great job. I can't remember what it stands for, but they do a great job. They, when we lived in Dodmays, I'd walk down through the woods, and they'd we had to step over a little stream, and they built a bridge over that, and Another walk from Dodnays down Burley's Lane and through some woods there towards Myden Road, and they've done some repairs on there.
They're amazing, aren't they? Because they make it accessible to walk on without spoiling it in any way.
Absolutely.
I mean, they enhance it, if anything.
Yes, a great bunch of people. Live Wild were there as well. I spoke to the owner from them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And just what it says on the tin, really. They encourage you to live wild.
Well, not live permanently wild.
But
have some wildness in your life if you've got some in your countryside.
Yes, and use the countryside a bit more, foraging and what have you.
And forest schools they have.
Yes, that's right. And fire quests.
Yeah.
Sitting around contemplating life in front of a fire. That sounds really fun. Todd Choral Society, weren't they, Grace?
Oh, they were lovely, weren't they? They sing all year. Things by different composers, Mozart, Bach, Mendelssohn. But the highlight of their year is when they do the Messiah, Handel's Messiah, and the Alleluia chorus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really moving when you hear that, especially sung live around you. And that's what they do at the end of the year around Christmas.
So enthusiastic about it, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what's nice about all of these different organisations, the enthusiasm.
Absolutely. I mean, our podcasts are based on people showing enthusiasm for creativity and for the environment and various forms of animals and each other. And lots of really good examples there.
In fact, I had a friend over last night who borrowed our strimmer. I hadn't seen her for ages. And she organises the Todd Litter Pick. She's been doing it for 8 years.
Yes, another one we must talk to in greater detail.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think my favourite at the country fair was the ferret racing.
That was great, wasn't it? Yeah. And just like Tory MPs and police and all kinds of people, we put bets on.
We did.
But unlike them, we didn't know the outcome.
Well, I thought it was a bit like, the way they have octopuses and various other animals predicting the outcome of the football at the Euros.
That's right, yeah. Paul the octopus, remember him?
Yes, I thought maybe these are going to predict the outcome of the election. Because they had red and blue and green
and
yellow.
Yeah.
Which are the main parties.
Yeah. And who won?
Well, let's just have a listen and see.
Right.
It's a pound ago. You've got 4 colours to choose from, red, yellow, green or blue. There's a lot of prizes to be won.
Are you having a go?
So if anyone wants to join in.
You can as well. Got £2.
No, the excitement's enough for just one of us to have a go. Go on.
Hi, where do we play the race?
What colours would you like?
I'd like red and blue, please.
Oh, we'd having one each then?
Well, we can do, or I can have both.
I'll have the blue one then.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
What happens? What do we do?
We'll pop a ferret in the coloured boxes, and whatever one comes out first, the other end, you win a prize.
Oh, lovely. Let's go around here and see what's happening.
Need to have some skin in the game.
Yes, absolutely. Well, or fair. Need to have some fair in the game.
Anybody else want a ticket? It's a pound ago. You have 4 colours to choose from, red, yellow, green or blue.
I should have come over to look to see which was the best looking ferret from their pictures.
No, can you tell an athletic looking ferret?
Wow.
Okay, are we all done for our tickets?
There we go. Oh, there's the blue one. That's mine. Red one, that's yours. Green one. So this is the Worth Valley Ferret Welfare.
Hard to say that.
Worth Valley Ferret Welfare Roulette
Right, so
and
I'll
Racing
explain
Team.
the rules. Ferrets start this end, they run all the way down to the bottom there. The whole and the tail's got to be out to win. Okay, are we ready? On your marks.
There we go.
And go.
Come on.
Come on, pussies.
They're not showing much spot, not really greatly bothered about going down the tubes, are they? Oh, there's the red one. Oh, the yellow one, look at the yellow one. And the green one. Oh, here comes the... hang on. Here comes the red one.
Green's the winner.
Oh, it's green.
Up you go and see Lynn and she'll sort you out the prize. Well done.
Oh,
So
that was
green
exciting.
is the winner.
Your one's still coming down, Dave. My one's coming out now.
Yeah.
Hey.
Not the only thing in blue to be losing a race at the moment.